It's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday. It's Valentine's Day.
I totally forgot. And in looking back, I should have made. Hold on, I'm trying to think of a way to spin this. My topic today is Wednesday. I'm talking about the magic of Wednesdays.
Tight.
But okay, here's how I spin it. Okay, look, a Valentine's Day, if you celebrate it, that's great. But if you don't, it can just be any other old day. So here I'm talking about
Odin Day,
the day of How do they tell you to spell it when you're Wednesday?
Wednesday. The wetness.
Give me the wetness.
It is Odin's Day, isn't it? Or am I fucking that up?
It is indeed Odin's Day.
Okay. Okay.
More on that later. But yeah, it's got some funny. No, I don't want to say funny because they're like old English, but it's got some funny feeling words associated with it. Just fun to say. Sometimes a good old Norse word is just fun to say.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Tasty. What are you drinking there? What you got? Some bubbly? You got some bubble water?
I have a story to tell you about this bubble water. And this is
shit.
This is a review of this product, so it's not an ad. I can show this to you. It's this here. I don't know if you can tell. Oh, it's wanting to blur it. Okay. It's Clear American Cherry Limeade.
Oh, Clear American.
Flavored sparkling water. And I guess I just didn't read the Clear American part because I'm used to Clear American coming in those big plastic bottles. And when I see those
ice.
When I see those big plastic bottles, I go, that is flavored to all hell. I thought I was going to get like a natural lime squeeze and like a little cherry hint, like a cherry was in the room when they flavored it, and it would be
somebody burped in the room next door after eating a bowl of cherries.
Yeah, and it's like that's the essence I would get. So that's what I was prepared for, and I sat down and I was like, I'm gonna have my hydration snack now, and I cracked this bitch open and I took the fattest fucking swig you can imagine. This thing tastes like. And there is no exaggeration here. It is dead on balls accurate to what I'm about to say. An off-brand, like a Sam's brand cherry cola, diet cherry cola that you opened this morning, drank half of, put in the fridge, and finished the rest of it at about 4:00 in the afternoon. That is exactly this. It's, when you take a sip of something.
I mean, that didn't sound that bad to me because I drink my sodas that way. I have to split them up.
It's not that bad
sessions.
But you know that thing that happens when you take a big swig of something expecting you picked up somebody's.
It's not what you expect.
You picked up somebody's Coke and you thought it was your tea or whatever, right?
Oh, sure.
And it just gives you the for a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did a full on spit take in the living room. When I
fantastic. Hey,
spit take
sometimes
I was dramatic.
You need a good spit.
I was dramatic for me. It was a present for me. My drama.
Yeah. Now you can say, like, if somebody asks you, how long has it been since you've had a good spit take? Not that long, buddy.
Yesterday, brother.
So okay, cool. Wednesday.
What are you talking about?
Nice. I'm talking about something that I had no fucking clue about, and I've always been so confused about my whole life. I'm talking about rose hips today.
Oh, okay. I see it's kind of on the Valentine's Day theme. One of us thought ahead.
Yeah. I was trying to think. I was like, what can I do for this? Because God damn, what did I talk about last week? I feel like I remember thinking like that probably would have been. No, I'm thinking of Kevin karaoke. Never mind. That would have been for this week. But
we did.
I did a love week for that. No,
last week was this week.
So yes, okay. That's why I can't. It feels like it's done ages since we've done a topic. Okay, but I was trying to think, and I was like, what could I do that's kind of saucy, I guess? And I picked rose hips because like I see them eat them on Alone all the time.
They do.
They love
that
them.
Vitamin C. They do eat those rose hips.
Got to get that vitamin C
out of that rose hip.
That's all I knew. That's all I knew. And I was like, so do they grow at the base of a rose? Are they the butt, the hips, like the juicy lower half? to the rose. I had all these questions.
It's like the
and
BBL hips on a rose. Yeah, man.
That's kind of, I was like, is that what's going on here? And so I looked it up, and I am pretty sure I know what's going on now.
Excellent. Excellent. All right, so hold on. Some announcements before we dig into this episode. So first of all, the print. Is it still up for sale? Yeah.
It is up for
is.
sale.
Wabah Print Shop, wbahprintshop.com. Snag it, stag it, because there's a stag. Yeah.
Wow.
And let's see what else. We are also,
like that.
If you haven't heard us blasted enough, we're recording these episodes now. So there's been a little change to our Patreon.
Video recording these episodes.
What did I say?
Just recording.
Oh, we are
Like
now recording this podcast. We've been doing it for years before we started Wabah, and then we finally figured it out. We are video recording. Here, I can see your face, you can see my face, and I'm concerned about how, like, the camera is here, but your face is here. So sometimes I have to remember to, like, give the camera a
make sure
something.
I'm looking
and not just
where
like,
I need we're having to learn a whole new thing. Yeah. Because I rock a lot when I sit and kind of move around, and I have to notice, like, I was doing checking the video for the Simply Captivating video stream that we posted, and there's just a point that I'm just swaying all over the fucking frame, and I was like, I've got to sit. This is distracting.
That's fine
to witness.
I think that's fine. I mean, you know, if you're not into seeing a visual format, you won't come and look at the visual format. But
that's true.
I have to stop myself from doing, like, the opposite. I have to kind of remember to move and because if I don't, that's what I look like when I listen to people, and I don't feel like they can see me. Yeah. So I have to kind of remember, stick your chin out, Charlie.
I need to emote and move. Yeah.
But check that out. That is over on our Patreon. Macy, what's the details on that? I know SimpCap gets some of these, and regular episodes go up as well.
SimpCap gets all the SimpCaps. $10 and above gets the episodic streams that we put out. We post those for you top 2 tiers. And it's just us recording, man.
You top 2 tier, you worms.
You get it all. Like, when I need to go pee, you leave it rolling. And Charlie has to just keep the show alive until I get back.
When we started.
Because I'm going to have to do that, because I realized I left one of my source books in the other room.
Nice. Okay. Well, we'll write that. We'll write that timestamp down.
Yeah.
And let's see. Okay, I guess we'll jump right in. Hi, welcome. This is the WBH podcast. It's a podcast about witchcraft. My name is Charlie, and I'm Doug Dimmadome. Doug Dimmadome. Doug Dimmadome. Doug Dimmadome. And this is my cousin Macy.
My name is Macy, and I'm not Doug Dimmadome, but if I was a dish, it'd probably be something nice like tuna noodle casserole or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Listen, I know some people it's polarizing. It's a polarizing topic.
It is polarizing.
I love a tuna noodle cass, brother. I love it.
Dude, I'll eat it until my eyes
I'll eat it cold.
Point different directions.
It makes me feel like I'm having cat food. And I love that about it.
It does. It is. It's something, you know what you're doing when you sit down at the fucking table to have some tuna noodle casserole. It's like, here you go, you fucking dirty dog. Eat this plate. Suck it down.
Lick it
and
when you're
delicious.
Done.
Oh, get in there. Get your face in there.
Yeah.
You know what you're
fucking
doing.
Slop pig. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I need to make some.
I've
not had some tuna noodle cass in a hot second. I need to do that.
Are we going to make tuna noodle cass for dinner?
Get some egg noodles, bro.
Let's just each put a picture of it on our Instagram.
Everybody. Valentine's Day tuna noodle casserole. Oh my God. Everybody's partners come home or whatever, and it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna have I made us something special tonight. I made us something really special tonight. And it's like, ooh, it might be like some steaks or something. And you just slam like a 30-pound casserole dish of tuna noodle casserole.
Yeah, lunch lady style.
You smell that?
Spoon.
Slop it out. pop it on the plate.
Put some like a piece
that?
of white
You
bread
like that?
with it. Yeah.
Just like drop it on the top of it lazily and just let it just sit
Maybe
there.
serve up a glass of milk with it. Love is in the air. Dude.
Honestly, I mean, minus the milk. I would axe the milk.
I'd have the milk.
But I'd
axe the white bread. I'd have the milk.
Dude, strap it in a bucket on my face.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
And you will be so full afterwards, so gross and full of hot tuna mash.
Hot tuna. Yeah, man. Hot tuna and gluey pasta.
Disgusting episode.
God, I love tuna noodle cast.
Oh, so good. You know, I wonder if this person that I'm about to say, I wonder if our Patreon of the Patreon shout out loves tuna noodle cast. Let us know. This episode is dedicated to our patron, Ashley W.
Dude, in the words of Jimmy from MILF Manor, it's probably, you know what? I bet it's a 50-50. I don't know. They either might like it or they might not. Who knows?
Jimmy got...
I'm sorry, what was the name again?
Ashley W.
Thank you. Okay. Let me stick Ashley W where I need to stick them.
This is also, I guess, going to go into the video. All the thinking time.
Yeah. All the thinking, the when my wheels turn. Okay. I had to remember words. Did you see my brain just freeze?
It's okay.
And my eyes
I saw the millisecond where your eyes went doop. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Ashley W.
Yes.
We know I can't remember these fucking names. I can't. I want to so bad. They slither out, dude. Names are one of my biggest like pitfalls of myself. It's like I try so, and like I've gotten better about it. Yeah. I am a faces person. I'm a visual person, but like every now and again, dude, it's like I'll remember it. And if I'm like with someone on the phone, like someone on customer service, and they'll be like, "Hi, this is so and so," and I can remember it and thank them at the end with their name. I feel like I ran a marathon. If I can hold it in my brain long enough, and it's like I might at that point, am I listening to what they're saying?
Yeah, you're just on the other end of the line.
Like, yeah, just being like, Matthew.
Just over and over. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you, Matthew. Just practicing.
Thank you. And then at the end, it's just like, thank you, Mark.
Or you say Matthew, and he's like, my name is Dylan.
It's God. And every single time, I'll like hang up the phone and be like, that's not their name. And I'll just know that I got it wrong.
I do that. That's why I will typically not use, and maybe it's rude, I won't use people's names a lot of the time unless they have just told me, and I try to do that thing where you say it as much. But have you ever spoken to somebody who uses your name in conversation? I always like it. It always makes me feel nice. You know?
I do too. I think it seems very connecting and thoughtful.
And I like it. I can't do it though because I am horrified of
the whole time. I think I don't know their name.
Yeah. And I've tried to a few times, but it just, even if I'm right, I just feel like a fraud doing it. But Ashley W.
Okay. All right. Oh shit. Let me pull Zoom back up. The first thing that came to my mind, and I was trying to think of where to stick it, was Ashley W. Tell each other fairy tales, and we look at the television. I don't know the order.
Is that...
It's where we look at the beautiful women. We look at the television. They all change.
Is that
Counting Crows?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Counting Crows.
There's a Black Crows and a Counting Crows, right?
There is a Black Crows. Okay. Black Crows did the hey, let me dang, let me light the band. Well, they covered it. Yeah, they made the cover super famous. And did they also do did Black Crows also do yeah, she talks to angels, they cut her out by her name. You know that one?
Bad Luck Blue Eyes. I don't know the name. 99
Talks to
pounds. I don't know
angels.
the names of any of these songs. So anyway, thank you so much, Ashley W. We have a topic today from you know her, you love her, Macy Frazier is talking to us about rose hips, and she also
Oh, do I go
goes
first?
first. Now I'm going to do that thing where I try to drink
Okay.
silently, but you will see it, hopefully not hear it. Go ahead.
It's doing everything it can to blur that can out. It's cracking me up.
It's trying to not get us. It's trying to not get us sued by Clear American
For brand awareness, yeah. Rose hips.
What are they?
The rose.
Can you eat them?
I'm gonna tell you.
Can you eat them on alone?
Okay.
When you're alone to get that vitamin C.
You can eat the shit out of them on alone. Apparently, you can just go to town.
You go to town on them and then
alone.
get sick of them after a while. Like not sick, but like after a while, you're like, I gotta
It's
get.
just all
protein.
that you eat. I gotta eat more fucking rose hips.
Yeah, and then if you're
also
rolling
called
or whatever, you knife a buffalo in the face, a moose in the head. What do you do? I don't know.
fucking goat man. Rock House.
Rock House, man.
Rock House had it going on over there, licking the blood off of squirrel teeth. Man,
I don't know.
He did whatever the fuck
How
he
he
wanted.
didn't get worms in his heart.
I think his immune system must be through the fucking roof. I think it's like the guy who drank the stagnant water and
I loved that guy.
Built himself up.
He
that
was
way.
just like, I try to drink.
Absolutely.
It wasn't his? I forget his name. Anyway, had a quote. He was like, I tried to drink sketchy water at least once a day.
Yes. Sketchy water.
And he did great. So whatever. Okay.
He did great. All right. AKA Rose Haw, HAW, or Rose Hip, HEP, which I'm a big fan of.
What?
Yes. And it is an accessory or a false fruit, apparently. And we're going to talk about that. So, but it forms, so the rose hip forms as a result of like post-pollination of the flower. The flower gets pollinated and then it starts to like die, and look like shit, how flowers do when they've served their purpose.
So
and they
it's
start
already
to
become
look
a
all
rose,
sad.
but it's
a rose.
dying.
And then as the rose starts to die, it gets this little nodule thingy kind of at the base of where the flower
fat bump.
is.
Okay.
A little bump. Yeah. And it starts to be a fleshy fruit surrounding a seed pod.
Gross.
Essentially is what's going on here. So they begin to form right after pollination. In spring or early summer, depending on where you are, and they ripen into late summer. So that's when, so in late summer is when they turn bright colors. They can be bright orange, bright red, some kinds or varieties, because there's a lot of different varieties of roses.
Huh.
And so you get different rose hips, right? And so some of them are like a lemony yellow.
Oh.
Like it just depends. I went in a whole rabbit hole today of like looking at the different roses you can grow specifically for rose hips. Because like a lot of people don't give a shit about the rose hips and are just in it for the roses. So it's like, or you could grow them for them sweet ass rose hips.
They do
those.
They look a little bit like little cherry tomatoes to me.
They do look like little cherubs,
tiny little
like the little
cherries.
cherubs that come in the weird container.
Yeah.
That's what they look like. And I've never had one. I don't know what a rose hip tastes
Really?
like. I would eat one if someone put one in front of me,
I've had
but
tea,
I've never
for sure.
really been around that many roses. Yeah, I think I've had it in tea, or tisane blends, I guess, because I saw that word today and I forgot completely about the word tisane. Completely.
Yeah.
And then I saw it and I was like, oh yeah, that's like the proper term for not tea, that's herbal mixes.
Okay.
I forgot. Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like when you see it, you're like, oh, I need to like wear a tie.
Oops.
But
do I need to wear a tie to drink this tea?
But it is, I think, technically proper. It's a tisane if it's not like a tea leaf, like tea that we know, like green tea.
Unless it's a decoction.
I think it would get them roots.
That would.
Stinky,
Bark.
footy, dirty roots. Oh, delicious. So.
What if tuna casserole came in the form of a root? Be even better.
You
pluck it right out of the ground.
Better than you could. I am deadly serious about this. about making that for Valentine's, because we're spoiler. This is ahead of time.
Oh,
but
yeah.
like, I want this.
Yeah. This
for
is
me.
something that I'm sitting here, like, as you're talking, my face is pretending to listening, but at the back of my head,
Yeah, all
it's
you're
just
thinking about is that
it's a
hot,
dreamy
steaming tuna noodle
rose-colored
cast.
cloudscape of tuna
God,
cast.
like, you know when you've baked it for a little and the top noodles kind of get like that texture of noodles
like,
that have
not
been cooked a little
crunchy,
dry,
but like
a little,
but
but kind of that dry
like a
kind of
crisp
texture
Yeah,
to them.
yeah.
God damn it!
Mhm.
All right,
Little
we're not eating
surprise.
as much as the contestants on Alone wish that they had a steaming hot
They
bowl of
would
tuna noodle cast.
kill.
They might actually kill for it.
Mhm.
They don't have that. They have dried rose hips, because generally by the time they get there, it's getting into autumn. And what's left is kind of dried up and still chilling there, but you're kind of getting into the end of the season there with the rose. They're one of the last things that you can come across in the woods that's like a little nutrient powerhouse for animals and things to be like, oh shit, fruit?
Like bearberry.
And then they can eat one.
Oh yeah.
Like, did bear...
Or it was
No,
beautyberry.
never mind. I was like, yeah, I was beautyberry, but I was like the purple dudes.
Mhm. Yeah, little purple dudes.
Because I think deer are super into
Oh, they
beautyberry.
love it.
Aren't
Yeah.
they? Don't deer just eat the shit out of
Yeah.
beautyberry? We've got so much beautyberry here on the property.
It grows plentifully in East Texas. I added.
It's so beautiful. I love it.
Really pretty. Don't eat a lot of
love
it because you'll shit, but you can eat it. We could jelly
I've
out
never
of it.
eaten any because it just looks like it wants to kill me.
Yeah.
You know, it just looks too enticing. Like
a blackberry.
But
yeah.
I think,
But like the
but
blackberry, there's nothing that it looks like. Not really, not around here. So you're probably not going to get fooled.
Eat them all.
You get them.
Shit yourself silly.
Yeah.
So, we mentioned the vitamin C, right? Got to talk about that's
Your hair
one of the
looks
only things that I
awesome
knew
right
about
now.
the
I'm so
vitamin.
sorry.
It's so
Conan-y
Conan-y right now.
It's great.
It is.
I'm going to
It
shut up.
just
You talk about that vitamin C.
It's like what's her face in Waiting for Guffman, Catherine O'Hara. So
that's right.
Them bangs.
Oh.
Super, super duper high in vitamin C. One of the more concentrated sources of vitamin C that you can come across. We will get into that a little bit more later, but just know it's one of their. It's like one of their things.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
It's like
They
their
love it.
thing.
They like it. They want some more of it.
Roses are propagated by rose hips. And so that's your seed pod. That's where the magic happens, is in that little nubbin that is forming there.
Gross.
And listen to this sentence. This is why I get so tired. This is why I get so tired having to try to learn stuff. Having to try to learn science.
Hit me with
it. And this is for Wikipedia, so it's not even like I was deep.
It's not
in the
even
weeds
hard
at this point, but
science.
sometimes you just don't need to write a sentence like this. And I'll explain what it means, because it's just like, dude, the two most important words you made scientific, and now I don't know what this sentence means. So here we go. Roses are propagated from rose hips by removing the achenes or achenes from the hypanthium and sowing just beneath the surface of the soil. So I was just like, I don't know.
You remove
Removing what
something from
what?
the something. You're gonna have to troubleshoot this in real life. Do several different ones and see what works.
So the Achenes, I meant to look that up before we started recording and I forgot. Achenes or achenes. Anyway, that's the seed pod, like the true fruits here, the seeds, right?
Okay.
And but the hypanthium, that's your outer coating. That's, I think, your flesh.
So we
which makes it like a fake
out.
fruit. Yeah, you do. It seems like like you don't have to, because like, again, on Alone, they're just like putting it all up in their mouths, you know? But some of the seeds apparently are kind of hairy, they're kind of fuzzy on the inside. So I saw that a lot of people will take the time to remove them.
Gross.
From the pod. I don't know.
Okay.
Never been around any.
Yeah.
And so this was fun though. And this is what I go through This is what we go through doing notes for this show, because I have to wheel myself in chasing down stuff, because I was like, what is an achene or an achene? A-C-H-E-N-E, this, what is this? And so I had to read up on that because it was like, you take the achene from the, and I was like, so what is it? Apparently, rooted in it means to gape.
Okay. Yes.
So,
okay. Uh-huh.
It's not really relevant to anything that I did, but I saw that and I was like, well, I got to put that in there.
Yeah.
Like,
sometimes you come across a nugget that, like, you didn't need to. Nobody needed that information, but everybody needed that information.
You need to know, rooted in to gape. So, depending on the rose species, because again, there's a shit pile of different types of roses.
Yeah.
You might have different kinds of rose hip situations going on. They might grow more in clusters, right? As you see in Rosa glauca. It's a species of rose. And it sometimes grows. I don't know, bro.
Okay.
I don't know shit about roses. I could not know any less about roses.
I heard glauca and my brain immediately went like sugar.
Glucose. Talking about sugar.
What's the thing you get with your eyes that you get weed marijuana for?
Glaucoma.
Glaucoma.
Yeah. They can grow in small groups. Little groups of 3 to 4 hips. And so that is, you might see that with Rosa rugosa is a species of rose that has them growing in those little clusters.
That sounds like a drag queen
apparently.
name. That would be
Rosa
like a sick,
rugosa.
Welcome to the state, yeah.
It's a really cool name. And, or a large single node, just one, kind of like the
That's
little
my drag
tomato,
name.
cherry
large
tomato.
Single node.
Large single node. You might see that in Rosa Cupid or Rosa Meg, which are two like breed names. Those aren't like Latin words. It's Cupid and Meg are I don't know. There's so many. The rose world is like a whole island to itself. And I'm a decent grower. Like I grow plants and can grow food, and I don't know anything about, and it's like the knowledge that it seems to take to grow roses. Yeah, it's so different from anything else. And so when these rose hips start showing up beneath the flower, they're initially hard and green. They're just like little growths, and but they grow throughout the season, post-pollination, and begin to shift color as the weather cools at night. So like the cool nights, they very rapidly and vibrantly go from like green to red and orange, and they're vibrant colors that you recognize when you're like, that looks like a fruit that I could maybe eat. It looks like something edible. And so they get their tones. It could. You do not know.
The way I would starve if I was dropped onto an island, and even if the island was like, what Charlye doesn't know is this is nothing but edible plants, the way I just wouldn't eat any berry because I don't want to fuck with them. Yeah,
they basically drop you off in like Willy Wonka's studio and
bite a tree bark. No.
Food.
Unless it's like a packaged fish from Trader Joe's, I just don't trust it.
Even like the live salmon swimming up the river, you're like,
poison fish.
I don't know.
I don't know about you.
I don't know about you.
I don't trust it.
So why don't we see these all the time, right? Like, and that was like something that I was like, do all roses make rose hips, or like, what is the deal with this? So generally, a lot of the time, if you're growing roses and you're growing roses, you're cultivating roses, you're pruning roses, you're loving your roses, and you're giving them foot massages and whatever the fuck else you have to do to make your roses not just want to die in the middle of the night. I don't know. So soft. So generally when the blooms start dying, nip that bloom off so it encourages further blooms, right? And if you're nipping it off, which I saw also called deadheading,
yes,
which was fun for me. But you deadhead your roses, and then you don't give that rose hip a chance to come to fruition, to literally ripen into a fruit, right? Because the flower kind of needs to die and rot away and dry for the fruit to be, it needs to be left alone. And so when you snip off all your dead flower heads, you're not going to get your rose hip.
Getting rose hips from like your leftover flowers from Valentine's Day. It's got to be
they got to grow after the flower starts to die. And like that's, you know, they continue on the season. So when the flowers, like when you look at pictures of rose hips, the flower's long gone. You could see the little grippy where the flower used to be, but it's not there anymore. So exactly. Yeah. And so all the petals are, all of them are gone. So different case, and you could still grow these, but wild roses, because nobody is out there fucking with them, is where you can find some rose hips alone, because they're always like, look at this patch of rose hips, which means that there were wild roses that were in the area.
And a lot of the times on alone, they're in very eastern or very western parts of Canada. And these spots, I want to see when the roses are all out in bloom. I want to see that.
I bet it's so gorgeous. I bet
pretty.
It's so beautiful to see it all in the summertime. And because it seems like there's a shitload, because there's always rose hips all over these islands. Like I feel like they've done one on Vancouver Island and British Columbia and all that. And it's just like there's fucking rose hips everywhere.
In the throat and have you a lunch? Great.
You good with the word grouse again?
No. I'm not okay with it, but I've accepted that that's what we're doing.
That it's the bird?
Yeah. I guess.
Okay, so yeah, wild roses, you get your rose hips because nobody's fucking with the wild roses. But any fruits that are left behind are utilized. And this is a win-win for the rose, because it's like, yes, it makes this tasty fruit. Yes, it's full of seeds. And here's the thing. These animals want this fruit, especially as the season progresses and you get into the lean times, and a little, I don't know, raccoon or possum or something can walk by and grab one off of. Thing is they can't digest the seeds. So they're going to shit those seeds out all over the place.
Nature is smart.
And grow more roses. And it's like a mutually beneficial thing. The little animal gets some energy and the plant gets its oats sown all over the place. And maybe some will take. And then you get roses. So here we go. Wild roses, apparently. So, here's another thing I didn't know or think. Because again, my opinion of the rose is that it's a little softy. It's a little soft, pampered thing.
Yes.
Was that it was like, it, you know, where did it even come from? Did we like make the rose and like, you know, like
a lab?
Where did it? Well, wild roses are native to a very large part of the world, apparently. North America, large parts of Europe, as well as large parts of Asia, with China, Japan, Korea, as well as parts of Russia and Siberia having wild roses, getting into Northern Africa as well.
Cool.
So wild roses were all over the place growing and have been for a very, very, very long time. And I'd never really thought about that before, because like, I just don't think of roses like that. But I guess they obviously have to be, you know, because again, wild, like bramble roses are a whole different bag than some of these different other kinds of species. But like, apparently wood roses, like wild roses, will just come in and take names. Like they don't give a shit. They're not afraid or bothered by much. They're going to take over and do their thing. And because of this, there are many indigenous and far-reaching medical practices involving the rose hip because they grew natively in so many different places.
I thought you were going to say there's like invasive roses, and I'm like, that's a band name. That's tight.
Ooh, I like the invasive roses. And they actually could be. I don't know about that, but that's a sweet ass.
That's pretty sick.
Name.
When you hear
I
it.
like that. So, I mean, ranging from Native American uses and medicine practices, traditional Chinese medicine, rose hips are in the mix of things, as well as going back to ancient Egypt, because Northern Africa, there were rose hips just chilling.
For some reason,
so in Europe, there's medieval, all kinds of medieval healings and shit.
Weird.
What
did they do?
Road hips.
When I hear
a lot of the stuff touch tips.
When I think about rose hips, for some reason, I'm very I see it very much in like an Egyptian sort of limelight. I guess I've I've just seen that before, but for some reason that's what I would always place. I was like, rose hips. It's like,
just see, I never knew. I had no clue where they came from or where they were. But so yeah, you've got a whole bunch and a lot of them are similar. You get a lot of stuff with trying to ease the diarrheas. You're trying to dry up the bowels.
Dude, so when you need a dry bowel, it's so serious. You will.
It's serious. It literally is. Sometimes it could be life or death. Like it is so you can shit yourself to death quickly. Dry them out. And lots of different, as well as just utilizing it as a recognized benefit to health. Something that could be included as, in a tonic or in mixtures to help with the body. That was recognized in multiple places of the world a long time ago. And there's a lot of different ways that rose hips can be consumed, which is also nice because it makes them versatile in how you want to use them. From eating it right off the vine, taking them hairy seeds and all, just sucking them down. Or you can dry your rose hips. You can use dried rose hips, which is very common. That's how you find them in herbal blends that you can use for tea and shit like that. You can well, I guess I have that later on in some recipes that I really want to try, so I'll wait. But I've never tasted one. I've never had especially a fresh one. I've never had a fresh off the vine plant. Yeah, I want to know. But apparently they're kind of tart. They're kind of zingy. Just a tiny bit bitter. And apparently they taste kind of like crab apples, which I've also never tasted. So
you weren't supposed to eat crab apples. I'm thinking horse apples. Never mind.
You're thinking horse apples.
Thinking of horse apples.
Yeah, you don't want to eat a horse apple.
But they look so enticing.
They do look enticing. They look like if you cut them open, they'd be full of a tropical fruit. But instead, they just kind of cover you in a sticky milk.
Yeah, instead, it's just poison.
Yeah, it's not ideal.
Did you play with that milk as a kid? Because I did all the time. I loved it.
I wasn't really around that many horse apples.
What?
We didn't really have them on the property.
I guess so. I've never really seen them out there. Wow.
Mm-mm.
You missed out, brother.
Yeah.
That's
they're cool. I remember there were
fun.
That was living. There were people on my bus route that had horse apple trees, and I would always see them and be like, "What?
I want to squeeze it and play with that milk." Yeah,
get that milk.
I'll bring you a horse apple sometime.
Gross.
We'll play with it.
Do it. Yeah, we'll play with it. And I could see them being kind of tart because they have so much vitamin C in them. You get that. It comes with the territory.
I feel like the tea I had at least was really bitter. So this whole time I've been thinking, every time you're like, I've never tasted one, my brain's like, oh, it's super, super bitter. But maybe drying it out
can be a bit. It could be. They couldn't. Apparently, they can have a pretty nice flavor. They can have an essence of bitterness, but you can make jellies and jams out of them. Sauces. You can make a rose hip sauce or syrup.
Put it over some ice cream. Oh.
Be like, this is nutritious. And
this is healing.
All over. Yeah.
After you have that delicious tuna gas.
Oh.
You'll be set.
God. You keep driving it home for me. In case I could possibly forget that that's not what I'm going to do. You come back and remind me. That's exactly
after we
what
record, too, I'm going to blow up your phone with just pictures of delicious-looking tuna gas.
Hunter's going to get off work, and he's going to walk in the whole house. It's going to smell like baked fish. And I'm going to take the lid off and just be like, you like this? Yeah. And he'll just be like, okay.
It is Valentine's
and it will be
Day
great.
After all.
Yeah. Be like, you know what I think? When I think Valentine's Day, I know what you think. It's tuna noodle gas, isn't it? Come on.
Excuse me. Okay.
Oh. Alrighty. You can blend them up and make fruit leather with them. You can put them into a fruit leather mix, which how good is fruit leather?
Yes.
It's great. All roses should produce hips because it's how they make more babies, right? And so it seems all roses make hips. And however, there's some that do it better than others. There's some that have
better as
you're going to want to eat them more.
Like bigger, juicier, fatter hips?
I think a more succulent hip. A juicier hip, if you will. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And so wild rose species and shrub rose species seem to do, so wild rose ones are smaller, but apparently the flavor is really great. So you've got like a good flavor going on.
That's what they say about smaller ones.
Better taste. Gross. So here we go. Again, when we get to the seeds, some people take time to remove them, especially if you're making like preserves. I don't know if you'd want like soggy, fuzzy seeds, because I love preserves with seeds in them. They're great, but I don't know if I'd want
like
these
a hairy
seeds in my preserves. Yeah, I'm not super into that. You can use dried rose hips for tea blends or tisanes. And you can generally order those online if it's not like fresh rose hip season, which I don't even know if you can order fresh rose hips. Maybe. I don't know. But you can get them dried and put them in a cup with hot water over it and drink it with some other stuff too if you want. Or you can just put them in a cup by themselves and drink it.
Gordon Ramsay over here. Shit.
This is what you do, in case you didn't know. You generally, though, will not find as much vitamin C and just overall nutrients in the dried version, which is standard with a lot of dried stuff. You just lose some of the goo, the substance,
goo,
minerals,
sludge,
the vitamins. Yeah. So you don't get as much, but you still get some. But the plasma. Yeah, you lose the plasma of the fruit during drying. Yeah. And so this was really fun for me. And this is kind of a long excerpt, but I was trying to figure out, I was like, where the fuck does rose hip come from? Is it literally because it kind of looks
like it comes from the...
Well, it looks like some hips.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. And so I found this site. This is pages.france. So it's probably like however you say pages in French. I don't know. And this is a translated site, which makes it really fun to read because the English translation, I can tell it's like, it's just not as fluid and good as this would have sounded to a native French person reading this or just someone who speaks French. So I just wanted to read this because it's a lot of fun.
I love a direct translation.
It is said that the term rosehip would come from the Greek word kunerhoden, meaning dog rose, referring to the properties attributed to the root of the rosehip. We'll talk about this a little bit later, just as an aside. Bearer of many vernacular names, the rosehip has been used for various purposes. The Persians held in high esteem the modest gratkul, parentheses, butt scratcher. That is the name given to the fruits of the rosehip.
That's amazing.
They apparently
Why did that go away?
I did not expect any of this. They apparently used it to dissolve the calculations and reduce excessively abundant menstruation. The fruit of the rosehip gets its familiar nickname from its composition. The small hairs and grains present inside the fruit would have caused itching on several people handling them. The term ass scratcher and itching powder would have been used since then. The root of the plant. The root of the plant was used to heal a person bitten by a dog. It is said that the healers would make an omelet with the grated root of rosehip and feed it to the people injured by the dog.
Wait.
This magic recipe is the reason that we call the rosehip dog rose, but also because the plant allowed to heal dogs from rabies. Many virtues are used to talk about rosehip.
Rosehips cures rabies. Heard it here first.
Cures rabies. We were also worried about getting rabies and it getting out of control. And all this time, all we needed was some rosehip tea.
Drink some every day. You'll be fine.
Yeah. You'll never be rabid. Go handle all the raccoons.
Go roll around in a big pile of raccoons. Let's see. What was I gonna say? Something. Oh, it said the root of. Sorry, my brain was like, we just talked about raccoons, and I know that the rabies thing is more. Anyway, The root of rose hips. So does that mean just roots of a rose plant?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is something that I wanted to talk about because this is something that kind of confused me when I was getting all of this done. So it seems that the dog rose, which is a very common breed of like wood rose, wild rose, is also just called rose hip sometimes. So it's kind of confusing, but it's like the rose hip plant is the dog rose, and it's called the dog rose seemingly.
So we should just call it ass scratcher to remove confusion.
Well, and here's the other thing on that, because I got questions about the itching ass business. There's
your ass itching?
Well, 1,000 reasons, because everybody had worms.
Oh,
so just
for sure.
assume back in the day, if you were alive, even if you were dead, you were full of worms. If you were a body, inhabited or not, you had worms in you.
Yeah.
And so I do not know. I'm kind of trying to piece this together here.
I know what you're going to say.
So it seems that the rose hips helped with the asshole itching caused by, it didn't explicitly say worms, but I'm assuming there were a lot of itchy assholes because of worms. And it also, again, I do not know this, and I'm just kind of making assumptions. The drying, tightening property kind of makes me think it might be astringent, which can sometimes be nice if you're trying to heal asshole problems.
Do you think it's because they would eat it?
Things like hemorrhoids and shit.
And the seeds wouldn't dissolve in tummy acid.
Or they get these hairy seeds.
You shit the seeds out, and
devils
because they're hairy, they kind of like scratch the asshole.
Maybe they do. I don't know, and part of me wanted to really figure it out, but also part of me just wanted to leave it a mystery.
Good.
And
I think some things are best left a mystery. We don't need to know everything.
Yeah. And with ending off on the kind of the magical shit of being like you make an omelet for someone bitten by a dog and then they eat it and get better, and you use the roots of the dog rose to make them better. I thought that could be a good segue into the metaphysical part of things. And excuse me. Gosh, I feel like my I feel like my voice is leaving.
Oh no, Macy!
I can't feel it. The fruit of the wild briar, which are called hips, are thoroughly ripe and made into conserve with sugar. Besides the pleasantness of the taste, doth gently bind the belly and stay defluxions from the head upon the stomach, drying up the moisture thereof, and helps digestion. The pulp of the hips dried into a hard consonance like to the juice of licorice, or so dried that it may be made into a powder and taken into drink, stays speedily the whites in women. The briar ball is often used, being made into powder and drank to break the stone, to provoke urine when it is stopped, and to ease and help the colic. Some point to be burnt and then taken for the same purpose. In the middle of the balls are often found certain white worms, which being dried, found by experience of many to kill and drive forth the worms of the belly. What are the whites in women?
I'm sorry, as soon as you said that, I couldn't hear anything else. I'm so concerned.
Is it discharge?
That's what I'm thinking. Is it like the...
That's all I can think of. Is it like is a discharge, and you need to stay
The
it.
like ovulation time.
Yeah. Maybe you need to
The whites.
dial that back a little
You know what
bit.
it is.
Yeah, the whites. I'm never going to consider it anything else.
The whites. I've got the whites.
The whites in women. I got a bad case of
I
the
got the
whites
whites,
today,
man.
guys.
No, okay. I was so distraught in another place because of that putrid thing that just came out of Nicholas's mouth. Did you say that sometimes in the middle of the seed there's a worm that you could dry out?
White worms. I don't know if he's talking about the wiggly fuzzy seeds, maybe, and he's calling them worms because he's saying they help with worms, which is what made me think that would help the itchy asshole.
Okay. All right, sure. Sometimes Nicholas speaks in riddles, but also, again, via the mouth of Jimmy from MILF Manor, it's 50-50 with Nicholas.
It's 50-50.
It's 50-50.
Same thing with Pliny. Apparently Pliny did write on these, and I think he mentioned the diarrhea connection too. So there were a lot of medicinal uses with Greeks and Romans using rose hips as well. Anyway, getting into the metaphys here. I forgot I wasn't done. That rattled me so hard.
I don't know what to...
That I forgot I'm not
the
done.
whites.
Rose hips naturally, of course, share a lot of the properties of roses. It's the same plant. They're the lower half. They're the ass and legs of the rose body. And it love shit, of course. I mean, like we're talking about roses, but some soft love shit.
Yeah.
And you can do a lot of things here with the rose hip. You can, I mean, like seriously, a lot of things. You can put some dried rose hips in your bath. Put some of them and just floating around in your bath and make yourself the tea. Put yourself in that bath.
Tea stain your body.
And your whole body. Yeah. And so get in there and put some of them in there. You can make a love potion, but like a self-love potion. And like use some rose hips in it, and maybe whether it's you're the potion in the bathtub or you make one and it's like a lovely little blend and you can drink it, but it's like a love potion for you. Cute. And because love starts with yourself, and you can drink a nice little cup of love down.
Love.
And, I love the nuts.
I love the nuts. I can't believe that there's a whole last season of the new.
I was going to ask, I haven't gone there yet. I haven't had time.
I don't know if we're going to simp cap it, so something. I haven't watched it, man.
I don't want to. I don't want to do it. But we need to watch it. Ooh. We need to talk about it.
Yeah.
Twixt us girls.
Twixt us girls. Yeah.
So it's not rose hip season right now, so you're likely not going to be able to find some fresh ones, probably, if you can even do that anyway, if you grow them or know where to find them. But you can use dried ones, and you can use them as an offering on your altar. It's generally something safe, too, to like for woodland critters. So it's like if you're someone who like, what do I do with my altar offerings when I'm done, and you like to give them to the woods?
Shove it down
rose
hips a squirrel's neck.
Fine. Yeah, a squirrel can just suck it, just take it. And so that's nice little altar addition. You can add rose hips to a simmer pot. You can add them to a good simmer pot, bring some love energy. And we're going to talk more about the types of energy as well in rose hip, but I'm just kind of rolling out with different ways that you can utilize it because they are pretty versatile. And I feel like within the simmer pot, adding the rose hip versus the rose, it's like you still get the power. You get like the elevation, but you get some zing. You get like a little extra like zip with it because it's zest. Yeah, I feel like it just, you get more of that. Zest is the perfect word with it. That's a little bit different from the flower head of the rose. And listen, I love me some zest. I love zest.
Zest? Put it in everything.
Fantastic. Love zest.
Yeah.
Oh. And so you can get real kitchen witchy with rose hips. It's just begging begging for it. Listen to me right now. You can make like a magical muesli or like magical granola and use the dried rose hips in the mix and like utilize them for the power that they have, the rose power, but like put them in a nice little muesli, which I love muesli.
Hey man, I just want some muesli. The store manager starts to abuse me.
What is that?
Flight of Concord.
Thank you. I know this. I love a muesli. Big time. Sometimes you can have it warm. Sometimes you can have it not warm.
If you're a psycho.
Hey, vata predominance, my guy. Sometimes I got to heat up and let the milk soak into the grains because my shitty digestion.
No, that's what I meant. I feel like muesli should be eaten warm.
Oh, no, you don't have it cold. If I have it cold, I need it to soak for a little while. Kind of like how I have to do with grape nuts because they're way too hard on my teeth. I've got to like make my grape nuts bowl and then walk away from it for about
so good.
7 minutes.
Grape nuts are one of those old people things that like if saw me would be like, grape nuts?
Yep.
Grape nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't get grape nuts until I got older.
Till you were 30.
And I love them. Until 29. 29 was when I loved the grape nuts, which I will say I've always loved the less fun. I'm a Life cereal gal. Whereas I love me some Life cereal. I think it's one of the best fucking cereals ever made. But something about the mash that the grape nuts turn into towards the end of the bowl.
I thought you were giving us one of these when you said the mash.
Something about the mash.
Something about that mash.
It just does it for me. Yeah. And I love some.
I like it when it's a mash, but like a little bit of hardness remains. Just like
a little bit of crunch. Tiny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's delicious. I have some like oak barrel smoked maple syrup and I'll put like a tablespoon in there and it just like gives it the dude. I look forward to it. I love it a lot.
I will look forward to a good bowl of cereal like almost nothing else. A good cereal.
It's wonderful.
I'm a granola, like a clusters cereal kind of girl.
Yeah.
If I have that, it is I'll look at the box every day for a week until it's that day. And, it's time. Yeah.
You can just lean in. So you make a magical muesli, put different seeds and, different things. Maybe you want to put a little cinnamon in there, You want to put some cinnamon in there and you can fold into the qualities of that, which, one, prosperity is a big tie with the rose. If you think about it, it's a highly successful plant that can spread pretty well in the wild. It's a prosperous plant.
Prospero.
And you get that energy. Prospero. He got melted. But think about starting your day, especially if you're a breakfast person, which you don't have to be, but like setting up this magical breakfast. And the thing I love about muesli is that you can make a gallon of muesli at a time. Correct. And I keep mine in a crock. I have you don't mix it, but like the dry blend, like make your mix. And I just keep it in a crock
of muesli.
Gross. It just molds and turns into an ecosystem. But it's done. And then it's easy because I'm someone that I try to eat breakfast, but I'm real bad about it just being like, I don't need it and I'll not eat it. But if it's there and if it's in a crock and all I've got to do is scoop some out and put it in a bowl and eat it, it's great. And then when I made that crock of muesli, that it's got fucking rose hips in it for prosperity and self-love and luck. And it's got cinnamon in it for a little bit of like, I'm going to get after it and I'm going to make this day have my, have the command that I want to have. Like you can just make it just like you would make a spell, but then you got your little dish of muesli and then maybe every time you walk or buy it, just kind of shoot some palm magic in it and be like, boom, and then you got some special breakfast. Anyway, so think about it. It's just all the different ways that we can do magic, even wide out in the open. Yeah. And you don't even, so when you're eating your breakfast, you can just be like, I'm fucking getting
spelled.
Lit with magic right now.
Spelled. And your family or whoever you're being, not openly witchy with will just be like, why does Susan stop and just kind of put her hands up at her cereal every once in a while? It's just weird. Just
give it a focus.
Just be like, I've been watching a lot of Marvel movies. I'm trying to move shit with my mind.
I'm trying to airbend. I'm so ready. It's so close. I'm so excited. So the rose, and this is something too that when we think about the energy of the rose, and it goes so much more beyond like soft pink chiffon love. You know, there's so much more grit to the rose. And it's easy to forget it, even though we talk about like the both sides of the rose all of the time. I just feel like we don't always look at the rose and be like, I see you for being kind of the complex individual that you are.
Like
because
Belinda
it's easy
blinked.
to miss that. Belinda blinked. Why is she like the rose?
I don't know. I've just been looking at your Belinda blinked picture the entire time. Because she's soft, and she also... Didn't somebody draw in CUM on her with a rose at some point?
That's my brain immediately when I was like, didn't somebody draw on her like with a rose? And literally anything could happen. A rose could factor into that story anyway, and I would believe it.
Belinda blinked.
Because then I was like, was it in the garden? Was it in the garden scene?
It's something with sigils. I remember that.
There's lots of sigils, and that were never revisited again. Anyway, the rose, though, we're talking complexity here because yes, it's beautiful. It smells great. The petals are soft and very velvety and very sweet, but it will stab your ass, and it will spread. And it will take over and conquer if it wants to. Yeah. And we forget about that part of the rose, especially the wild rose, because we just don't see that as much. And people who keep like climbing roses are probably like, oh, no, they rule the property. But like a lot of like rose bushes, you know, and like different ones that you try to do. It's like, I don't think about that. But like, yeah, this is a very prosperous, complex plant that's like, yes, I'm so beautiful, but I'll get you. Yeah. And I love that. It's kind of shifty and it's interesting. And I feel like the energy of it invites us to question, like, what would we be if we decided to, like, let our layers of complexity just be out? Like, what would happen? Look how well it's worked out for the rose. Like, you know, to let the full package show, you know, you as a whole, instead of, you know, because we do dilute ourselves often, you know, in navigating, whether through necessity or just through just difficulty or fear of social interaction or worries about acceptance. We do dilute a lot of the time. And I think the rose is an interesting energy to kind of be like, but what if we don't? You know, like maybe some people will get pricked, sure, but maybe they weren't paying attention.
Maybe if they would have paid
attention. Yeah, and understood the context, that wouldn't have happened. And it's not to say like do anything you want and have no accountability. But in terms of like masking, you know, to where it's like, don't feel like you've just got to be the bloom. You know, the rose makes it work by having both sides. Yeah. And I think that both sides are important. Yeah. And all the while, the rose offers very elevating energy. I always put rose and rosemary kind of in the same vein, and that they both kind of like turn everything up to 11. Mm-hmm. You know, that they're put with, or at least like that's kind of how I see it. Yeah, and they're just kind of like expands it out, bonk, and
like a rose corpse.
It's kind of got that battery ability to be like woof and make it even more. And that's another reason, you know, like that I like to consume witchy ingredients. I like to put them in my body because I feel like, I mean, with this one, you get like that amplification energy
and they scratch your inside of your
own body, and then they give you a service on the way out. I mean, it could be worse, you know? But I do like that idea. It's like we can remember at any moment what we are eating has power and it has properties. Yeah. And like with that intention, we're changing the meal that is entering our bodies.
It literally becomes a part of you. Yeah.
It does. And then you're like, oh, this isn't just something I'm just like hurrying to eat quickly before work. Like this is a potion. And that's the whole other reason that I love a magical brekkie.
Yeah. Oh.
You know, like set yourself up, and you can batch make it. You can just one weekend make a whole bunch of muesli, and it's waiting there for you, and then it's your magical brekkie. Anyway, so rose hips are associated with Venus as well as Jupiter, and that's from the mouth of Culpeper himself, by the way, and as well as many others, but it is in there, and. If you want to work with either of them, if you want to make some offerings to Venus, rose hips are a good option for that. Or you can utilize them in a candle spell, like maybe cut some or grind some up and like kind of put it around your candle.
Beautiful.
You know, and have that rose energy. You can also infuse your water with rose hips. So you can like infuse them with this like successful, complex energy, and then feel super glam being like, oh, what are you drinking? Rose hip water. And done. Feel like you've got everything together. Rose hips and roses are deeply associated with luck. And if you're looking to add a little bit of luck to your life, add a little luck to your life. And for whatever reason that you need it, you can fold these guys in. Again, you can eat them. You can do the food element of, or drinking them, putting them in a tea, or you can not. You can use them in a candle spell. You can put them in a bath if you want to do that instead. So you've got a whole range here of how you can utilize rose hips. I mean, because again, we've got love, luck, prosperity, just kind of that successful energy, beauty as well. You just got a lot of avenues that the rose hip is kind of throwing at you.
Can you put it in a tuna cast?
I mean, you can put anything in a tuna cast.
Might be kind of gross.
Should you? I think it'd be kind of gross. I think it'd be kind of like putting craisins into a tuna cast is my best guess, probably, is what's going on. Yeah. So the elevation element of roses, and therefore rose hips, makes them useful in spirit communication for making connections to ghosts, like the proper creepy Victorian that you want to be in the moment, calling up a ghost. And it's nice because it's also a good elevated high frequency energy going on, which just adds a little layer of like, listen, relative that I wish wasn't in my line, I don't want to dick with you right now. I don't really want you to come through. I want the cool bunch. Yeah. I want those to come out. Yeah. I want to hang with that bunch. You're not invited. Yeah. And I kind of feel like this is good for that when you're just kind of like, oh, I don't want that one to show up today. I don't really want to dick with that.
They exist for everybody. Yeah.
You got them rocking up sometimes. Like I've got some things that'll move through my house sometimes. And I'm like, I don't want to. Not right now.
Not right.
You know, where are my stair people? I want my stair people. I like them. They're fine.
Just a mild annoyance. Just God damn it.
They're fine. They're peeking at me. I'm cool. But like when you're rolling through and I know you're the one that inconveniently broke something, I don't want to deal with you right now. I know it was you. So you just know. Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes you just know. You're just like,
I know it was you.
But this can kind of help elevate when you're kind of needing to maybe get some riffraff out or prevent riffraff from coming in, and you're trying to open up and get some communication open, but you're like, don't tell them that we're going. Okay, we're going to meet at 4, but like keep it on the DL. Okay.
Yeah. Don't post this on Instagram.
Yeah, come on. And so, that inherent peaceful nature of the rose kind of helps keep things peaceful. You can string rose hips together, make the dried rose hip chains.
Cute.
Which sounds really fancy.
Yeah.
And you can utilize the energy that way. You can put it up in a space or make like a long chain and let it reverberate that beauty, luck, love, power, energy that come forth.
Cute. Put it around your little mirror.
Do a little drape. Some people made temporary bracelets with just like little beads and whatnot and strung the rose hips that were dried, like involved in it. I was like, that's cool. So you can do that. I love a craft. So anything like that. I'm like, I love a craft. Anything, if I can craft, I'm in. I love it. You can add them as an ingredient to your floor wash. And, so if you don't know what to do with that, like the way that I make my floor washes is that one, I make sure it's stuff that, like, if my dogs lick the floor, they're not just going to immediately die.
Things your
but like,
cats
I'll
can
use a
suck
bunch
on.
of
Yes.
Exactly. I'll use a bunch of stuff that that are safe, and roots and herbs, and I boil them in my tea kettle, and like I make a big pot
Decoction.
of tea liquid. Yeah. And it's got a bunch of shit in it. And then I'll add that to my mop bucket. And I'll have a cleaner in there sometime. If I'm doing like a clean, I'll have, if not, sometimes it's just a wash.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll put some Four Thieves in there. I always put essential oils in there. Again, the ones that won't kill my dogs. But like, that's a floor wash. If you're wondering how to make a floor wash, just make a big tea.
Yeah. Yeah.
And put it in mop bucket.
You can do the same for a bath.
Right.
I've been like,
Oh yeah, bath tea.
Yeah. I'll straight make like a pot of tea and just splash it into the bath. Because I'm like, this is a hot bath, but I feel like even hotter would really get it there. And then
always, when I go to my bath, when I take a bath, I always fill and prepare my heated electric kettle and take it in there with me, because I always just need it to be a little extra,
a little hotter.
than it is.
Yeah.
And that's my gallon of boiling water that I add to it. And then I'm like, there we go. Now I'm good.
I have this memory, I'm sure I've said this before, but I have this memory of one time living in the late 90s, our power went out. And my dad made a bath for my mom. Because I think she was like already going to take a bath, but then like, power went out, or the water, something happened. But my dad ended up boiling water on the like gas stove or whatever. And big, like a big shrimp boil bucket.
Like a crawfish pot?
Like a huge, like a big as your fucking body. I remember he just filled it up boiling hot and just dumped it one after the other into the bath for her. And I remember he like lit candles and everything. And I don't know.
That's very sweet.
I've always just thought about that. I'm like, I bet was nice.
It was nice, man. You know it was. Especially if you didn't have to be the one to do it. You just got to go get in it after all
and
the
like
work.
the power's out.
Filling it up.
So it's like, what else are you going to do? Of course you're going to take a hot bath.
I love it. I mean, if it's just for a little while, especially when the power goes out, it's fun.
Oh, yeah. If it's like a night, not if it's like for like 4 weeks.
Days and days and days and days. Yeah, not fun. But fun is a treat. I'm done. That's rose hips.
That's done. All right. Wow. All right. Like, let me get my notes up.
I didn't give you much warning. I ended my notes very abruptly. I'll tag it, I'll like put like a quote. I just didn't do it.
I'm done. So, Macy, how do you feel about you watched the Super Bowl on Nickelodeon, yeah?
Dude,
I have heard the best things about that Nickelodeon.
So great.
Yeah, I have heard
so
the best
fantastic.
Things.
It was so much fun. We didn't even know it was going to happen, because usually every year we wind up watching the Super Bowl like on one of our phones, and it sucks. And I looked it up this year. I was like, where is the Super Bowl going to be? And I saw it was going to be on Nickelodeon. And right now we have like we got like a trial cable package through our internet. And so like, it's just like 100 channels, but Nickelodeon is one of them. Oh. And I couldn't believe it. And so they showed it, and it was so cute and fun and didn't take itself too seriously. And it was kind of adorable, because like they'd be like, oh, so there's a flag on the play, and when they throw that yellow cloth out, the flag, and they would like say rules and stuff. It was super cute. And my favorite part was that it would like show it, because like, when you watch like football games, like it'll show like a player and they'll be like 200 rushing yards and all their stats. And this would just be like, so-and-so favorite pizza is pepperoni. And I was like, this is awesome. I love this.
That's the shit I want to know, dude. I don't care how
and like, instead of
hard you run.
I don't give shit. And instead of showing this, because like, of course there's always celebrities. There's celebrities all the time.
Yeah.
They would like turn them to fish. And so, but they changed their names to be like stupid
Doja
play on
Catfish,
words.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was just a great time. And like when touchdowns would happen, and it was such a good way to trick kids into a wonderful night.
Right.
Because like anytime a touchdown would happen, they would spew slime, like, and it was all of course animated, but on your screen it would look like slime dumped on the audience, and then they would cut to a camera that's in a studio with people covered in slime. Cute. Like it is happening at the football game. It was so well done, dude. And I read some comments, and apparently like kids were like, is this real?
Is this what football is?
Yeah, buddy. Because it was like the whole thing was, it was all from Bikini Bottom, and the announcers were great. They never messed up. They never said Vegas. It was always Bikini Bottom. The sky was the flowers, so you didn't see nighttime.
Cute.
It was so good. And SpongeBob and Patrick on the panel were fucking weird, and like one eye would kind of
you said they just kind of slowly slide around,
blinking, it's awkwardly. And Sandy, and this is my last thing, and I know I'm spewing about this, but it was so fucking cute, and I need to do this more often. But Sandy was like a field commentator, right? And so they would throw it to Sandy, and she's only like this tall, so the perspective was like really low on the field, and I just thought that was a great touch. Yeah, it was so cute.
SpongeBob's always been good about the little details, I think. But
it was so great. It was a good time. If you catch word again that they're showing the game, even if you don't like football, watch it, because it was really fun. It was a good time.
I've thought about it because, like, there's been so much, as there is every year. There's a lot of references to things that happened, and anyway, I'm going to talk to you about Wednesday now. So, this is a day of the week. This is the thing I'm going to do now. I'm going to talk about days of the week sometimes and what we can do on them, and perhaps a little bit of history. Now, this will probably end up being a shorter topic. I knew that going into it, so I tried to grab as much info as I could to kind of pass along to you. But it's hard to just go through three things and just be like, what's the history of Wednesday? And that feels like
it's long.
A very like stoned, like, when you start to type in your questions, you see like all the old shit you Googled.
Bro, like, where did Wednesday come from?
When did I type in the history of Wednesday? And it's just like 3 a.m. in bed, like, what's the history of Wednesday? The word Wednesday comes from Old English Woodnesdag, which means day of Woden or day of Odin. Odin's Day, named after the Norse god Odin, Cusco's poison, who was associated, Odin, with wisdom, knowledge, poetry, and magic. Now, in other languages, we have more of a association to, hold on. Mercury. Sorry, the whole thing's about Mercury. I can't believe I forgot. But like in French, it is, you guys don't, please, French and Spanish speakers are going to eat me alive. We have Mercredi. Mercredi. I don't know, in French. And Micores in Spanish. And from the Llewellyn or Llewellyn website, there was an article that said Wednesdays are wild and wacky days. They are for communication, change, cunning, the arts. This is it's a Mercury day, and just as its patron god, this day is, and just as its patron god, this day is full of contradictions, change, and excitement. So what got me on this is I was looking through a book, the Book of Practical Witchcraft, a compendium of spells, rituals, and occult knowledge by Pamela Ball. And I was just kind of flipping around looking at different associations, and they had a whole section on the days of the week. And I was like, that's cool, because in my private life, my personal life, I keep a schedule of what to do, like the best things to do on certain days of the week, and where that falls during certain phases of the moon, and then how that correlates to mundane tasks, like Monday being the moon day, being very like night and mystery and things like that. That's my bedroom day. That's like the clean up the bedroom, maybe wash the sheets, because it's all moony and mystical, right? But Wednesday in my head is just Wobah Day. Wednesday, I'm like, that's the day Wobah comes out. Yes. That's when we're checking up on it. And I don't do much with Wednesday. So I was like, you know what? This comes out on a Wednesday. Let's start there. So according to this book, this next little part, I am taking basically from that, we have associations to Gemini and Virgo, which are both associated with Wednesday. The associated colors, purple, magenta, and silver. And here's the long list of things that spell work or associations you can add to Wednesday. Accounting, astrology, communication, computers, correspondence, editing, healing, hiring, learning, language, music, siblings, legal appointments, contacts, students, friends, visual art, wisdom, and writing. So, while
anything you need to
basically everything in your life. So, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes when I see these big long lists of here's everything that's associated with it, the colors make sense to me because I'm like, excuse me, guys, because I'm like, that's the color candle I'm gonna burn, or that's the color I'm gonna wear. The association to the zodiac makes sense because I'm like, okay, our days of the week are ruled by a planet. So are the zodiacs. Like, that makes sense to me. But when we get down to accounting, astrology, editing, I'm like, it kind of just whoosh over my head because I'm like, how do I use that? So later on, I talk about some more specifics. But I kind of want to revisit the Gemini and the Virgo thing to give some more in-depth information. So Gemini is symbolized by the twins, and they represent communication. If you've ever met a Gemini, you know that, because they won't stop communicating at you. They just won't stop it. Versatility and intellect. Virgo is symbolized by the maiden and signifies practicality, organization, and attention to detail. They're both ruled by Mercury, and they're all about communication, intellect, and kind of conversing with each other, how we speak to each other, people like in our family, relationships, tight-knit kind of things, but also in like a, almost in like a, I hate to say it, but almost in like a businessy kind of way. Like if you need to, this, not a lot of it carries like this fun communication, type of energy. It's not like, hey, let's talk and have a party. Let's have deep conversations. It's sort of like, if you need to have the hard talk with a family member and it's going to be hard, Wednesday might be the day to do it. Like, that's the kind of vibe that we're going for. Some more associations. Plants. We've got fern, lavender, lily of the valley I saw everywhere, which always makes me happy. And then aspen, which, okay. The stones are...
The tree?
Aspen.
Okay.
Stones. Citrine, agates. Agates were huge with Wednesday. In fact, it was kind of hard to find other stones, like, consistently associated with Wednesday. Because, you'd go somewhere and they'd be like, oh, yeah, sure, citrine. But to find it as, like, a staple across the board... Agate was like one of the only ones, along with citrine and aventurine. Herbs: lavender, eucalyptus, jasmine, and sweet pea. How do you feel about sweet pea? Because, like,
I think it's pretty.
It was one
but I don't know if it does any. It's a scent, right? I know that it was a very popular scent.
That's more so what I'm talking
like
about.
Body sprays with sweet pea.
Growing up. Sweet pea was always I would go for sweet pea.
It was big.
I would go for sweet pea almost every time, but I know that it's polar. I know that some people can't stand it. Anyway.
I don't mind it. I don't really remember it that well, but I remember it smelling floral.
If you got a whiff of it, you'd probably be shot back through space and time. Yeah. The God and Goddesses Association are Odin, Athena, and Hermes.
Am I losing it, or does Hermes keep coming up on this show? I feel like we've brought up Hermes a lot lately.
And I know, because I always want to call it Hermes, like the brand, but let's see. So
that sounds like Hermes is like fun other brother that
Hermes
kicked the god scene for like I don't know, artistic life.
Yeah. It's like, oh, it's, it's like you just see it written down and it's spelled similarly and you're like, oh, Hermes is coming. They're like, no, that's Hermes.
Yeah.
Fuck. Sorry. I feel the need to say sorry. Don't curse me or whatever you do with Hermes. So the herbs associated with Mercury, such as the lavender, the lemongrass, and the ones that we talked about earlier, they are typically looked at to enhance a healing property. And in like a lot of cultures, as we'll see, Wednesday was sort of seen as like a healing day. There would be lots of times where Wednesday was the day that you would go have your whatever doctor thing going on. Wednesdays would be the day that people rolled into town and talked about, their various snake oils. But Wednesday was the day that
you'd go get your boil lanced.
Get your
on a Wednesday.
Yeah, get your bunions cracked open or whatever.
Get leeched.
Anything to be used to like balance and heal would corresponds a lot with Wednesday. Now there is a poem or a child's lullaby or like a
nursery rhyme.
Nursery rhyme. Thank you. The poem is just called Monday's Child. The poem goes like this. It's Monday's child is fair of face. Tuesday's child is full of grace. Wednesday's child is full of woe. Thursday's child has far to go. Friday's child is loving and giving. Saturday's child works hard for a living. But the child who was born on the Sabbath day is bonny and blithe and good and gay. And that is Monday's child. However, here we see that Wednesday's child is full of woe. And
great.
This possibly shows that the reflection of it was believed that if you were born on Wednesday, you would be an unhappy and unlucky individual. Do you know what day I was born on,
Maybe
Macy?
because you know too much. I wonder if I was born on a Wednesday.
What day were you born on?
I'm gonna find out.
I was
right
100% born on a Wednesday.
Let me see. I want to say I was born on a Sunday.
Oh well,
that seems.
If you were
right.
born on a Sunday, the Sabbath day, you're bonny and blithe and good and gay.
I mean, I'm down with that.
I mean, yeah, fine.
It sounds like
that'd be great.
Fine time.
Seems like Wednesday got kind of
Wednesday.
Hell yeah, we're Wednesday, bros. Hell yeah, we're full of woe, bitch. Okay.
It was a Wednesday.
I'm actually, listen, I know that sucks for you, but I'm glad
we're just
that
a couple sad girlies. Yeah.
Wait, can we get like some goth shirts that say like Wednesday girls? Except everybody would think we mean like Wednesday Addams.
On Wednesday, we wear tears.
Oh, a sweater made of tears. Okay. North mythology. Norse. I didn't just say North mythology. Norse mythology.
Yeah.
Wednesday is named after, that's where we get the name of Wednesday, Woden's Day. Odin is associated with wisdom, knowledge, poetry, and magic, depicted as this powerful daddy deity who is always seeking knowledge, willing to make massive sacrifices to obtain the said knowledge.
Cut his own eye out. He threw that right up in Mimir's well. So you fucking let me drink out of your well.
Yeah, that probably hurt.
I'll give you my eyeball. You're going to let me drink from that well. I'm going to get a horn from that well.
There's a sick part of me. There's a sick part of me, and I would never do it, but there's a sick part of me that's always like intrusive thought level of like, I could probably just scoop my eye out.
I could just
pop it out.
Just
Just me? Okay. Let's see. In some Norse traditions,
right out.
Wednesday, it would probably make a satisfying like noise too.
I don't think it does. This is gross, but as someone who has had to deal with a dog whose eye was pretty much mostly out, it isn't as cartoonishly whimsical or fun as you want it to be.
No, in my mind, it doesn't hurt at all. You can just go pop, and then you can hold it, and you can like look at your own face,
and you look around in it. Yeah,
like and then you just go pop and put it back. And no infections, no lasting damage. It'd be great. In some Norse traditions, Wednesday is considered, I don't know why, what's wrong with me? Wednesday is considered a favorable day for seeking wisdom, any kind of learning, and magical workings. Best on Wednesdays. However, in ancient Mesopotamia, this kind of further developed, or was further developed from ancient Mesopotamia, eventually into Greece and Rome, where this is where the medical astrology kind of popped up, and it became to believed on a wide scale level that we had alignments of like celestial bodies. You know what I mean? So like Wednesdays would be good for that. You know, so we were looking towards the stars more. Planets and things could influence our health and even diseases within our human bodies.
On Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Like they're going to do it more to us on Wednesday?
Well, if you're going to what?
Like, are the planets going to shoot extra planet juice at us on a Wednesday?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're going to shoot health juice at us.
Got it.
Yeah, it became Mercury, Wednesday's association with Mercury, made it a particularly important day for medical astrology, with treatments and remedies often tailored to align to the planetary influence of Mercury on Wednesday.
God.
So
they did really care about that a lot. Like every single one of these Culpeper entries begin with the astrological placements and whatnot of the herbs and with the
it goes back a long way, dude. And we move into Roman influence because, they took everything and just rubbed their nuts all over it. Wednesday still was assigned to Dave Mercury, the messenger god. And let's see. Any activities undertaken on a Wednesday would be blessed by Mercury, making it a great time for business transactions, negotiations, and travel. So now we're starting to see as also like the entering of the work aspect of Wednesday. And I
feel like it's nice.
It's nice
that we release on a Wednesday. We release on a Wednesday. Yeah. It's mercurial. It's wordy. It's communication.
That's the thing I kept thinking.
It kind of is nice.
It is communication. Yeah. It's talking and speaking. And for people listening, hopefully you're wanting to learn or take home something from this. So that's also like the wisdom part of it, or the knowledge part of it, knowledge seeking part of it. It lines up pretty well. We move into medieval Europe, and this is when Wednesday kind of picked up an association with the element of air and the qualities that air holds. Intellect, communications kind of developed, continued to develop. And during this time, there was also a growing interest in astrology, alchemy, and mysticism. I'm assuming some of that had to probably be kept down low, or at least like you tack God's name onto the end of it, and then it was like, okay, it's like astrology but for God, but certain days of the week continued to roll on that they had these special properties, and this is when Wednesday got a little extra additional kind of tack onto the side that Wednesday is particularly good to communicate, but now also with the spirit realm. So Wednesday in the medieval times picked up a ghost aspect. In Renaissance Europe, medical practices often happened on Wednesday, but we kind of start to see a drop-off in that. It started to be seen as a little bit more, I don't want to say hoaxy, but it kind of, it's an old wives' tale at this point when we're in the Renaissance. Yeah. But however, we're run away with this health aspect. So now we're starting to do things like having health-related activities on Wednesdays. Exercise groups were a thing on Wednesdays. And anything that they viewed as healthful. So bathing perhaps would happen, or, just the shit they saw as helpful, the like once a month teeth brushing or whatever, it would happen on a Wednesday.
Go stick a leech on your taint.
Yeah, exactly. If you're having taint problems, I feel bad for you, son. Stick a taint leech on there. Wednesday was also, we started to associate it in this time with our nervous system, the brain, and the respiratory system, which I guess makes sense if it's already associated with air and stuff like that. Sure. But so the witch trials, this was interesting.
Great.
This could be completely circumstantial, but during the witch trials of the early modern period, Wednesday was sometimes considered an important day of the witchcraft calendar. So now all of this stuff, the witch trials, remember, we're taking a bunch of stuff that was considered pagan or old or whatever, and it's being demonized. So this Wednesday being attached to times to communicate with the dead, and Wednesday's the day to do magic, it wasn't a good look. So Wednesday was like the witch's day. And accusations of witchcraft often include claims of people being seen with the devil, gatherings happening with the devil or devils, or just witches' circles would be happen, but they were said to take place on Wednesday nights. Wednesday nights is the
it's
time.
always good when you can predict when the secret meeting is gonna be.
Yeah. Wednesday's the day we all get together and screw the devil. Yeah.
Yeah, so lots of black book signatures on Wednesday night.
On Wednesday night.
Everybody be signing that black book. Yeah.
Just
okay.
You got a little booth you just bring, and just kind of like a convention.
Sign it on there, and then boom, you get your wristband, and you get to go in.
Cute. Now that moves us into more modern times where we don't necessarily. Maybe in a magical sense, we're like, oh, hey, I have this doctor's visit. Maybe I'll go get my eyes checked on Wednesday, just to kind of like, put out the air of like, this is a healthful day, or make these little correspondences that we do ourselves, like me with the bedroom on Monday. Like, it doesn't have to be that way, but it's the importance that I assign to it. I know that I'm assigning that importance to it. So today we're not really so much looking at it as a medical sense. However, Wednesday is on a mundane level viewed far and wide as as an important day for routine tasks, such as organizing paperwork, scheduling appointments, catching up with correspondence. I saw things in like
all the shit I'm bad at. Everything I suck at.
Wednesday. That's why you were born on a Wednesday. You're full of woe. You can't handle it. You can't do it, man.
Immediately, it was like the first day you're born. Listen,
schedule.
You're gonna be bad. Every day.
Schedule all your appointments.
Every single one of these.
You came out of the womb, and the doctor was like, "Macy, organize this paperwork."
I'm already sweating at how many emails I haven't answered.
And the doctors are like, "Why is this baby so sweaty?" Come see the sweating baby. 25 cents. I saw some articles for like old 1950s like housekeeping magazines that would suggest things like this. Suggest that you go through the family finances on Wednesdays, and Wednesdays is when you would clean up old paperwork and catch up with your correspondence and things like that. Which I think was interesting. How you can do this history, look into it, and see that it goes back so long. This correspondence thing, this communication thing, this tie that it has to things of like a business type nature, all the way until you're seeing it in like a good housekeeping magazine, and it's like to clean up your paperwork on Wednesday. It's just kind of fun to watch the trail happen. And in a magical sense, listen, like I said up top, sometimes I find it a little overwhelming when you look up something like, what's Wednesday good for? And it's like accounting, paperwork, siblings, communication.
Everything.
It's like, okay, how do I do? So in a more specific way, I want to talk about what we can do for Wednesdays. Wednesdays, good day for ritual cleansing. Purification of your space. Okay?
All right.
It's a highly magical day, but with a very practical undertone to it. If we're doing magic on Wednesday, it seems like bathing with the herbs or performing rituals that cleanse us and protect us and kind of promote an overall well-being, whether that be an actual physical health kind of way or a magical health kind of way. Maybe perhaps focusing our research on magic that we want to learn, focusing on mental clarity, kind of balancing the parts of our lives that are magical and the parts of our lives that are mundane. Wednesday is also a popular day for divination still. So your weekly tarot pull, or your reading that you do, or your rune casting and scrying, whatever divination that you're doing. Good day to do it on Wednesday. Middle of the week, a good little pick-me-up, Wednesday's kind of a butt suck of a day, if we're being honest. And I think that's originally why we decided to do this on Wednesday, is because we were like, hey, it's like a middle of the week thing. It'll be a nice little thing to do, because a lot of podcasts, I feel like, come out on Wednesday. And I think we kind of looked at stuff that we were watching and we were like, hey, you know what's fun? Something to get you through a Wednesday, because it's not the weekend. You're too early to be looking for a weekend.
always like I've always liked the most soul crushing day of the week to me was Tuesday.
Really? See, mine was Thursday.
Tuesday was the most bummer day because Tuesday I was like, Monday at least has the promise of freshness.
Right.
You know, it's a fresh new week. Tuesday is a nothing day. Wednesday I've always liked because it's like, it's Wednesday. You know, it's Thursday kind of meh, you know, but something about Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tuesday's always bummed me out.
Yeah. See, I'm like that, but swap the Tuesday and the Thursday. Yeah. So doing your divination on Wednesdays might enhance the ability to receive the messages if you have trouble doing that, or to access the divine, things like this. Another one that I thought was fun is community gatherings. I was trying to think of ways to combine this communal communication aspect with the magic aspect, with the health aspect. And I just thought, like, workshops, educational things, perhaps if you do workshops online, or if you do things where you're teaching others maybe how to do divination or how to do witchcraft, or teaching anything, I guess, really. Get together with your coven if you have local witchy friends, or if you're a part of a coven. Wednesday's a good time to come together. You can share some knowledge and skills, and perhaps talk about the experiences that you have had related to communication and language and magical practices through the week, and tie it into a Wednesday thing. And because Wednesday is governed by Mercury, let's see, this is a little bit of an off thing here. Because Wednesday is governed by Mercury, its energy is intensified during a Mercury retrograde. So if we're in a period of retrograde, the challenges are more pronounced on Wednesday. Therefore, when we're going through it, and it is a Wednesday, you might expect to see an increase in trouble communicating, an increase in...
It'll be the most Mercury retrograde.
It's going to be everything about the most Mercury retrograde day, kind of intense. It is the essence of Mercury retrograde. Bad decision making, perhaps technology just shits the bed. Take extra precaution. You know, if you're already having a shit retrograde, take some extra precaution. Use, the stones we talked about, the agates and the different herbs and stuff like that. Now, I have a spell for you. And listen, if you're looking to do the following things, this is a good spell. You can to kind of tailor it to your needs. You can use this to perhaps resolve conflicts if you are going through a tumultuous time with somebody. You can use this to empower individuals, especially yourself, because, why not? You can use this spell to navigate difficult conversations. For some reason, when I was doing this research and putting this all together, difficult conversations just kept popping up in my head. And I was just like, I think this is something that needs to be spoken on, because it just kept flashing up. And I'm like, okay, I fucking hear you. Difficult conversations. I don't know who out there is going through a hard conversation, but you know who you are. If you need to prepare for perhaps important negotiations, maybe with a job, or if you're like a roommate and you have to have the hard roommate conversation of like, listen, we gotta split chores up here, or whatever. Stop leaving your Nuva ring in the bathtub, or whatever is going on. And then also, if you are looking to invoke wisdom, invoke guidance, looking for insight, something like that, I have here a mercurial communication and wisdom spell. You will need a purple, magenta, or black altar cloth. Get yourself some lavender, and preferably some jasmine oil. Gather up every single agate stone that you can find. There's a million different ones. Grab a handful.
There's a lot. Yeah. You've probably got one.
Get you some lavender. Again, this could be the oil. You could reuse it, or of some fresh or dried lavender. Get candles in associated colors. I know that it's hard to just say have one of those on you, but if you can, a purple one is great. If not, a white with purple energy, kind of give it the energy of purple. Purple is the color of this candle's energy. Also, you get yourself a needle, something to etch that candle with, a needle or a pen or whatever you use to carve into candles. And if you can do it, an incense of lavender, jasmine, or sage.
Okay.
Let's see. You'll want to set up your sacred space with your altar cloth. put your crystal and your agate stone in the center of it. I would like you to arrange your dried lavender around the stone and create a little circle of freshness around this crystal. Okay, we're going to light our incense to purify the space around us, make that sacred space, and then we're going to sit comfortably in front of this altar that we've created. Take deep breaths, center your energy, visualize the roots coming out of your butt's hole if you need to, going into the earth.
Oh, I love doing that. Yeah.
Take your oil, the oil that you've chosen, and I want you to anoint your white candle with a few drops, okay? Focus on infusing it with the energy of clarity and wisdom, and hold it. And I want you to, bless it in your way, whether it's thinking at it, whether it's like saying an incantation out loud. I wrote here, by the power of Mercury and the energies of Wednesday, I bless and empower this candle. Because mostly I thought it was funny, but I also think that can work.
I like it. I think it's effective. I think it's concise. And anytime I get to say by the power of, come on. It's the best.
Etch. We're going to use this pen or the needle or whatever you have to etch some symbols, words, sigils onto the candle that invoke clarity, wisdom, effective communication, like whatever your goal was from what we talked about earlier. Whatever comes to mind. It can be as simple as the word effective communication, or it could be a little infinity symbol. Whatever makes sense to you about that.
Whatever, man.
Cover that little candle with some etches, okay? And as you do that, focus on carving into the candle the essence of the word or the symbol that you're doing, okay? We're gonna invite Mercury in on this one. You don't have to do this. And I very rarely do this, but it spoke to me for this one, okay? Mm-hmm. So this is optional. You can also think of Mercury as perhaps an actual god figure. You could think of Mercury as an archetype. You could think of Mercury as an energy. However, we're wanting to do that. Light the candle, okay? And this is symbolizing the illumination of our intention and sort of a light in the darkness, a beacon, if you will, and call upon the energy of Mercury, messenger of the gods, by saying, Mercury, messenger of the skies, be present in this sacred space. Grant clarity and the wisdom of the ages.
Wow.
Is that too stupid? I liked it when I wrote it.
No, it's not too stupid. I think it's cool. Wisdom of the ages is tight.
I'm really into like big grand declarations these days. They feel good to me.
No, I like it. A big fan. Yeah.
After you do this, please provide offering to Mercury, however we're viewing this energy of Mercury. So we're going to offer a small portion of the lavender or whatever we have made our the little circle around the candle with. Make offering to express your gratitude for the assistance of this entity here with you today. Also express your willingness to grow in wisdom. Express your willingness to acknowledge the role of communication and how important that is. And basically you're asking for what you want here. Then we're going to meditate a little bit. This can just be sitting into the energy of what's just happened. Sometimes when I do invocations or when I do spells that actually are with another spirit, whether that be like Ancestor team or something a little more spooky, bigger, I guess, I like to just sit in that energy and take it in and meditate with it. So that's all that you really need to do is the offering, the thank you, and then just kind of sit. You can explain what you want, but you don't have to. Usually I don't. I'll just kind of sit with the energy and I'll be like, I fully believe you can see into my human brain.
Yeah, you know what's up. Yeah, you can read me like a book. Yeah. I'm fine.
And then when you're ready, we're going to thank Mercury for their presence and their assistance and acknowledge their guidance. We're going to allow this candle to burn for a while. You can extinguish it if necessary. It is the modern time. We don't have to let it go all the way to the end, but, preferably let it go for a while. Shoot some little mercurial energy at it every time you pass it.
Yeah, give it some finger guns.
Give it some finger guns, effective wands. Pew, 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 pew. And carry the intention with you. And trust, truly, that you have set this into place and there's something perhaps larger, whether it's the energy or the actual God came down and sat with you. There's something larger that's carrying this intention with you. I'm done.
Cool. I like your spell.
Thanks.
I don't think it's stupid. I think it was good.
I like writing spells. Yeah. And I feel like my last couple have been just like super easy breezy, like light a candle and wish for it, dude.
Now this one's revolved. It's involved. I like it. It's got
this
some
one's
steps.
A revolver.
Yeah, it's a revolver.
Sick.
Yeah. Wow.
What's that? Hit me up with that tuna cass recipe.
I don't have one set, man. I've got it's pretty much just, isn't it? Just cream of mushroom and fucking cans of tuna and egg noodles and peas.
What if we did
some people put peas in
Peas
there.
Are important in a tuna cast. I feel strongly about the peas in a tuna cast. We should just post on Facebook, just really simply, hit me with your tuna cast recipe and just don't explain. And see how many people leave comments that are like, ew, gross.
I fucking do it then. And you already did by the time you hear this if we did this. But just know, I disagree.
You know what would go along deliciously with your... Okay, listen, picture this. You've got your steaming hot plate or a bowl with your tuna cast. Are you a plate girl or a bowl girl with that tuna cast?
Bowl.
What?
Bowl.
Okay, all right. You got your steaming hot bowl of your tuna cast. You got your 2 slices of white bread right on top, soaking up all the essence and the steam, getting not soggy, but moist. And you've got your ice cold liter glass of milk. Okay.
Okay.
And you know what you know what you should crunch on top of that just to really set it off? A nice helping of beautiful review footage. You ready?
There it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Today's beautiful review footage comes from Vin a Libre. And I don't know if it's like Vin a Libre or if it's like Vin a Libra.
I like it.
They say, I love these two. I find their podcast riveting, educational, and pleasantly casual. They touch amazing topics with great approach and respect to the craft. It's like hanging out with your 2 best witchy friends. I wish I would have realized my calling earlier and found them sooner. Thanks. You sound like somebody I'd like to have a beer with.
I like being described as riveting. That's fun.
I love pleasantly casual.
Pleasantly casual. I'm fine with that.
Dude,
that's the cousin to simply captivating. They're related.
Casual?
Simply captivating and pleasantly casual are cousins, at least.
Dude, okay, so in gaming, in the world of gaming, there is a term. It's almost like if you're talking to somebody like a real hardcore, like Call of Duty brother, or I don't know, whatever first person shooter's popular these days, I'm not really sure, where you call someone a casual, right? And that's like a degrading. It's like, oh, you're a casual.
Yeah,
like,
you're just kind of
yeah,
mid.
it's like you don't know how to, you just play casually. I play for life. You play casually, right? So like, I feel like, what was it? Pleasantly Casual would be a good name for our gaming series that we do.
If we ever had a gaming series.
Pleasantly Casual.
That's awesome. That could be our video game Twitch stream. Pleasantly Casual.
Pleasantly Casual. Or like, we could be Pleasantly Casuals. Like, we're the casuals. Or I don't know. We'll workshop
Pleasantly Casuals. Yeah.
And we could always wear business casual when we play.
Playing video games, sweaty on our computers, like eating pizza in like a necktie.
With like a white button down all the way to the top.
Oh, no, thank you. Oh my God. Oh, get the meat sweats and business attire. That sounds rough.
Gross. Smell like fucking thyme. Thyme and rosemary and pizza sauce. All right, listen.
Oregano.
Oh God. Pizza does sound good though. Listen.
It does sound good.
But now I'm thinking about it in a like sweating it out of your gaming pores kind of way, and I don't think it sounds so good. Listen, Patreon. You guys, you'll be able to watch these. They recorded the full ass unedited mistakes and all recording of us doing these over on Patreon. If you are a part of the $10 level, we'll have one of these come out every week. Also, if you are a part of the $5 a month SimCap crew, you'll be able to watch the Simp Caps. We have MILF Manor coming out tomorrow, which I saw a YouTuber that I watch who makes, and I'm forgetting his name now, so sorry, who makes like these video essay kind of commentary videos, actually did a MILF Manor episode recently, and I like couldn't watch it. I couldn't watch it because I was just like, I can't be too close to this subject. I can't do it.
No, I don't need it anymore. Exposure.
I can't watch anyone say anything bad about maybe a character that we've come to like. You know, I just can't do it.
I could. I can hear anybody say anything bad about any of them. I don't give a shit. We've got 2 weeks. I would not like that. We've got 2 weeks left.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, and then
that's
we move
all.
on
I'm
to
show running this coming Thursday, and then it's you.
Check it out, patreon.com/wbahpodcast. We've got extra content. We've got the private Facebook over there, monthly bonus episodes. Of course, Simp Cap, we know what you're there for. We have an email address, wbahpodcast@gmail.com. Send in your advertising inquiries and your spooky soda entries with spooky in the subject line. Facebook is Witch Amateur Hour. Instagram is @WitchBitchAmateurHour. Twitter is @BitchHour. And our mailing address, P.O. Box 865, Canton, Texas 75103.
Damn, dude. Yeah. You got it.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
I got real.
It was a lot.
Got excited.
It was a breath.
At the end. And if you, Macy, if you were a famous goth representation character, who would you be?
That's a very tough question to end this show on.
Yeah.
When I was already in the mindset that I was going to leave this room, so I didn't expect to have to answer a question.
Just say who's the green Kim Possible, or is it Danny Phantom? Shigo? You know her?
I don't remember.
Oh.
All I remember was how much I had a crush on Danny Phantom, but beyond that, I have no memory. Oh.
I had a crush on
I guess
Cosmo.
Sure. Yeah. Why not?
Why not? He was a cutie. He loved you too.
I don't know. Who do you think that I would be?
The Kim Possible girl.
Okay,
hold on.
I'll take that.
I do have to Google if that's even.
If it's even the right.
If that's even the correct.
Right one.
Yeah. She go. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I accept. Okay. Who are you?
God, I don't know. Morticia.
Why did you ask this?
I want to be Morticia. Huh?
Where did this question come from? Why did you ask this?
I just thought that we needed a new thing to do at the end. I don't know.
A question?
I guess.
Okay. Good
Listen,
to know.
we won't keep this around. It was just it was just.
Oh, you didn't.
It
tell
was a try.
Me.
It was a little try. It was a bit. It was a new thing. Try new things. Well, next week it'll be something different. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
I'm leaving now.
Alrighty, everybody, get the print if you want it. WBH Print Shop. It's out. It's going to be out until February 28th, and it's gone forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. So if you want that hoofed elk, or the candelabra elk, if you will, you can get it at WBH Print Shop. Find it. If you want some raffle tickets, you can get those too if you missed a print once and it eats you alive at night. We did those for you.
Eats you alive. Works. All right, I'm hitting stop now. Goodbye, everyone.
Like a frog in warm water.